Well, it's great to be speaking with NXT champion Finn Balor. So how's life treating you these days, Finn?
Brian, life is incredible. It's been a bit of a roller coaster the last year, but the roller coaster's only going up, so it's pretty cool, you know.
Well, I was going to mention that because you've been with WWE now for just over a year. What's been the biggest surprise so far for you?
Biggest surprise? I think biggest surprise has to be how helpful everyone has been, helping me adapt to the new company and new country, new working environments and kind of new style of wrestling. So the powers that be have kind of rolled out the red carpet and bent over backwards for me to make sure I've kind of settled in, okay, which it's very humbling.
What has the transition been like for you? Because as a fan or somebody on the outside, it seems like you've adapted very, very quickly and caught on to the WWE system.
Well, I'm not sure how it looks from the outside, but for me personally, it's been very difficult. There's a lot of subtle differences that go into kind of changing your style up and kind of adapting to the new style of work here in WWE, and it's something that I'm very grateful for the help that I've been given by the company. But it's not just in the ring; it's outside the ring and adapting to life there as well. It's been a little bit of a struggle getting used to life in the States and adapting to a kind of new lifestyle where I was used to getting home, maybe once a month while I was in Japan, but kind of battling a lot of homesickness at the moment. But professionally, it's been going great, and I feel like I've been improving every day and learning again, which I felt maybe I'd kind of peaked in Japan, and I feel like now I'm kind of starting at the bottom again and working my way up and learning new things every day, and how to kind of apply myself differently to different things. So it's been a real learning experience over the last year, and I'm looking forward to what the next couple of years holds.
What's it been like for the connection with the audience? Like I said, because when you came over, it was so highly anticipated, and I've gone to different NXT shows and even regular WWE shows, and the amount of people wearing Finn Balor shirts or even Bullet Club shirts has been enormous.
It's really humbling, and I always go back to this one point. It was my first appearance on NXT at Full Sail when I came out to help Hideo, and you kind of forget how big the reach of pro wrestling has around the world, and I guess I got stuck in my own little bubble in Japan, thinking that what I was doing in Japan was only kind of applicable to the New Japan fans. But that first day I walked out on NXT when they flashed up Prince Devitt and the reaction it got, and then I came to the ring, the Full Sail University, crowd were just on fire, and from there it's kind of snowballed around WWE universe, and it's very humbling to see the reach that my previous work had, and and just the extent and the reach that the WWE universe has around the world is incredible, because I just got back from Australia, and there's Finn Balor shirts and kids painting as Finn Balor down in Australia, and somewhere that I'd never wrestled before, so it's really a very humbling experience.
You mentioned Japan, so you recently got to go back to Japan. You won the NXT Championship at the Beast in the East show that aired on the WWE Network against Kevin Owens. What was that experience like for you, getting that opportunity to go back to Japan now as Finn Balor?
It was kind of like the meeting of two chapters in my life. It was a place that had became a second home for me. That I had a lot of friends, a lot of incredible memories that I'd kind of stepped away from and left behind, and I was never sure that I was ever going to return there. And to return, a year later, to challenge for the NXT Championship was a very kind of surreal experience, and it was almost like the storyline couldn't have been written any better with regards the location. It was the same building that I had my last match for New Japan, and to return there with WWE to wrestle Kevin Owens, who was, someone who came into NXT at the same time as me. We kind of experienced a lot of the same difficulties of, adapting to the new environment, the new style, and, we kind of went through that struggle together. And, to be in a championship match with, someone who had become a very close friend of mine was the script couldn't have been written any better. And, it's a night that I'll never, ever forget for the rest of my life. It's definitely like a milestone kind of night in my career for more than just the fact that I won the NXT Championship for many personal reasons too.
Now, I know you're going to be facing Kevin Owens again. It's NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. That's coming up on August 22nd, the night before SummerSlam. That's going to be a ladder match. When was the last time you had a ladder match?
Believe it or not, I've never, ever had a ladder match.
I was wondering that.
So, I've been involved in a few stunts in hardcore matches that have involved ladders, but I've never actually been in a specific ladder match. So, this is something very new to me. I've been doing a little bit of homework, watching my good buddy Neville's match against Bo Dallas for the NXT Championship. Kind of doing a little bit of homework on that, and I know I maybe consider the underdog going to this match a little bit. Kevin's a lot of experience in ladder matches. He's been in 107, so but again, I'm up for the challenge. I'm excited. It's something new, and I think sold out Barclays Center in Brooklyn is going to be in for a treat.
Absolutely. So speaking of a treat, you, along with WWE, are involved with a online auction on CharityBuzz.com. Tell me a little bit about it and your involvement.
Basically, we're working together for the New York Police and Fire Benefit Fund, and it's a great charity, and we're gonna auction off the opportunity to come down to the Performance Center and get some little demons painted up, and we'll do a tour of the Performance Center, and it'll be a good day.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things people can bid on. Like you said, the chance to meet you and get painted, lunch with Ric Flair, you get to meet Stephanie McMahon. Another one is meeting Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman backstage at a pay-per-view. Have you ever met Brock?
I've met Brock quite a few times, actually. Believe it or not, I met Brock maybe about 10 years ago when he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion out in New Japan, and I was a lowly young boy kind of serving my time as an intern in New Japan, and he was very nice then, and he's still very nice now. Don't let the beast fool you. He's still a very polite, humble man.
Thank goodness. I can only imagine if it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Couple last things here. There's so many different things when it comes to being a WWE superstar. We see all the different opportunities. There's now an action figure of you out. You're going to be part of the upcoming 2K16 game, and we've already seen the entrance. What's it like to see yourself like that?
That's been kind of one of the hardest things to adjust to, because, I've been wrestling for 14 years before I came here, and, it was very easy to kind of leave my work at work and kind of go home and, back to my kind of secluded personal life. But those lines have kind of become blurred a little bit recently, and it's kind of hard to separate the two. You get obviously a lot more publicity, but it's obviously new doors are being opened for me. As a kid, I played all those video games. As a kid, I had every action figure, and now I'm getting the opportunity to be in the video game or to have my own action figure, and it's to say it's humbling is an understatement. I guess I'm just kind of experiencing it now, so I don't really have a chance to kind of sit back and fully grasp or understand kind of the extent of the effect that I'm having kind of on kids right now. But hopefully in the future I can be maybe a good role model for kids and help them grow up to follow their dreams just like I am.
Two quick things. I got to speak with you a couple of days before WrestleMania this past year, and you were talking about how much you enjoyed the experience, but at the same time, you knew you were going to have a hard time watching WrestleMania because you wanted to be a part of it so badly. So how hard are you pushing to be a part of WrestleMania 32?
well, you know, I think everybody in WWE and NXT want to be involved in WrestleMania. But, you know, I can huff and puff and push all I want, but, you know, that's something you just can't rush. And I'll sit and wait patiently, and, you know, when my chance comes, I'll be ready to take it.
Last thing, who's the worst driver, yourself or Hideo Itami?
Well, believe it or not, I took Hideo for his driving test here in the States recently, and bear in mind, he'd been driving in Japan for many, many years, and, you know, I'm just a rookie driver still in my first year, and I said, you know, Hideo, do you want to maybe drive my car to the test center just so, you know, you get used to driving my car? And sure enough, as we were driving to the driving center, he almost got in an accident and wrecked my car. So, but thankfully he didn't. We're both safe. He passed his driving test. He's now a Florida State licensed driver, as am I. So I think it's pretty much the blind leading the blind with the two of us. So I think we're both as bad as each other.
Finn, I live here in Orlando. I'm scared for my life knowing that you guys are on the road.
Yeah, buckle your seatbelt.
Well, I appreciate the time. Keep up the great work. And also, everybody can go to CharityBuzz.com/WWE, see all the unique once-in-a-lifetime experiences. It's all for a great thing. It's Answer the Call, the New York Police and Fire Widows and Children's Benefit Fund. You can take part in the auctions there, and that will go through Tuesday, August 25th. Finn, appreciate the time, and looking forward to see you taking part of NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn.
Thank you, Brian.